Hey guys. Well, in this video, what I want to talk about is when you're living in a car, one of the key factors is remembering to take it one day at a time. Your daily goal should be, let me get through the night, because once you get through the night, joy comes in the morning. You wake up in the morning and you're rejuvenated. You feel good living light. You feel inspired and you're on the go again. At nighttime, it can be a little bit overwhelming because, when it gets dark, your mind may start playing tricks on you. You have to find a place to park safely and legally, and it can become overwhelming because in our mind, we want to know that everything is fixed, not just for today, but for the days to come. We always tend to think further in the future, and we want everything to be figured out for a long period of time so we don't have to be concerned about it. And it's understandable. This is human nature. A big part of living in your car, and again, speaking from experience, two years basically living in my Jeep Renegade, is that it's a psychological aspect of living in your car is very much psychological. It's very much a mental battle to keep yourself in a place of peace, because you're doing something that's so abnormal. Society's not built around it, and so your mind will play tricks on you if you're not very strong-minded. If you're not at a healthy place mentally, you're going to find it you're going to find it very hard in life, period. But if you're not in a good place mentally, there's no way you're going to thrive living in your car. Again, you're going to end up not in a good place and getting kicked out of areas, things like that. Things happen no matter what. But what I'm trying to tell you is, at night, try to always scout out the land and do some research on where you can park for a night safe and legally. But just remember to keep your mind in a place where you're just taking it one day at a time. Let me get through tonight, then let me get through tomorrow, then let me get through the next day. This is a life lesson for everyone, taking life one day at a time, but especially when you're living full-time on the road, because you have to remember, if you can do it for one day, then you can do it for 2 days, and if you can just keep repeating that, then you've created a new lifestyle. But the mind wants to try to figure out, how can I figure everything out for the next 30 days? You're not necessarily going to be able to do that. And what you're going to have to remember to do is that life is just a series of small steps. Life is a series of days. And it's a matter of finding success in each day, taking life one day at a time, getting through the night, waking up tomorrow, and just, in a way repeating it, and in a way not trying to think too far into the future. Because if you think too far in the future, you're going to turn back. If you think too far in the future, you're not going to be in a good place. Again, these are life lessons, but it's definitely living in your car. Because I could tell you, it's getting towards the end of the day. Sunlight will be going down soon. And in the beginning of your journey, I think in the beginning of your car living, you should have a little bit of like a launching pad idea. In your research mode, which should be months before you actually start this lifestyle, you should have, whether it's a family member's property, whether it's somewhere that you've paid like some type of rent, whether it's a campground, some type of area where in the beginning you could kind of like build your courage up to more and more go out there. And then eventually you have to bite the bullet if you want, and then go out there and, kind of like, find your own parking and move constantly and do things like that. And when you get to that point, you have to remember that your objective is to get through the day. And then just repeat that, just repeat it one day at a time. Life is nothing but a series of days, but many times people want to think of life as, one moment or one objective or one goal. But really, again, it's just an accumulative effect of daily wins. To win daily, you always have to remember to halt your mind, get through the night, tomorrow's a new day, and then repeat that type of mindset. Without that, you'll be fluttered, and you're going to end up turning back. How do you thrive in living mobile? By getting through the night, and tomorrow's a new day. And then repeat.